I've got a lot of comments on my channel about cooking. I am not a good cook. A lot of people aren't real thrilled about the microwave idea, and they keep encouraging me to cook. So I don't know, I'm not a real cook, but I spent the last month and a half trying to come up with the tiny kitchen or how to cook small. So I've got several items that I've been playing with and actually cooking with, and I wanted to tell you what I've got and how it turned out. And for those of you who have been commenting, where have you been? I'm back. I've been kind of busy with some projects and some family issues, but I'm back, and Ghost is back, the Prius is back, and later on in the video we'll go out and I'll show you them, but I want to show you some of the cool things I came up with. So for today, I've got two cook stoves. Again, everything is tailored towards being very small, very compact, very portable. A friend of mine gave me a bucket of emergency food supply, which is really great because it's freeze dried and it travels really well. And I've been eating the food, and thanks Randy, I've been eating this food and it's actually really good. I looked at both propane and butane stoves, and the ones I had, I ended up going with the butane ones for several reasons. I like the canisters. I like they're small, they're lightweight. They don't clang around as much. They're not as heavy as the propane ones. They're available at local stores if you need them. You might say, well, they're more expensive. They don't have as much fuel. True, but if you buy them on Amazon by the 12 pack, they're about $24, so it's pretty affordable. And one can last a long time with these stoves. This is my runner-up stove. It is extremely affordable. It's very inexpensive, and it's very small. Great for people who do backpacking, and it comes in its own little carry case. Puts out 2,800 watts. So what you'll find in the box is a nice carry case. Zippered, waterproof to a point. And here is the stove. It's about the size of my hand. And you have little feet. And I will put links to everything below in the YouTube, some quick links, but also on my website, priusstealthcamper.com. I will put the blog, the article, and I'll put links to everything with the latest prices and pictures and sources. So these little arms fold out. And so it gets a good bit bigger. And you hook the butane canister here. So you take a canister, you line everything upright with the tabs, little tabs in here, and then it twists in. You give it a good twist. Okay, so the can fits in the side. Now, to light it, it's pretty simple. Put it over here, turn it on. And it will put out a decent amount of heat. Now, I will tell you this, once you've started it, do not pick it up. It does have this weird quirk. If you pick it up, the butane that's inside the stove will shift, and you'll get a gigantic flame, about a foot or two tall. Also, you don't want to pick it up by either the can or by just the stove, because this is a weak link here, and that's eventually going to be a problem if you start doing it that way. What I do like is it's extremely adjustable down to just a little simmer. That's why it was a runner-up, is it's a little bit of a weak link here that I'm concerned about over time. And then that flame up, which was very disconcerting. I found a cool little use for this stove. Now this can only be done outside because the stove can't be used in enclosed spaces. But let's say you're outside and you're sitting at a table, or you have a little table next to your chair outside and it's a little cold. What I did is I took a piece of stove pipe and I painted it with some matte black paint. And it just so happens that when these are all closed, this fits perfectly over here. So what I did is you can turn it on, start it up, and this makes a great little space heater. And so don't do this when it gets too hot, but you can also turn it like this, and it'll put out quite a bit of heat, and you can direct it towards you. So one of those cold nights, and then you can also turn it way down. This is an awesome stove I came across, and what interested in me in this is it's different from all the other ones. This is actually a ceramic infrared burner. It doesn't put out the flames, it doesn't put out the yellow flame. And it's something really different, and actually it's one of the cheapest ones out here. Puts out a ton of heat, boils water very quickly. It's 5200 BTU output. So here's the box on it. It does not come with a carry case, so save the box if you do get it, because there's a nice little protector in there. Here's some specifications and model numbers on there, consumption, how much weight it is. Not heavy at all, and it's not large. So this is nice for storage. And the reason I say that is you take this off and it's got this nice protector on it. And make sure you save that. And this comes apart real easy for cleaning. Now I've used it quite a few times, quite a lot of cooking. So these little white flecks are kind of come off over time, but it doesn't seem to affect it at all. And you can see that it's not big. You know, it's about the size, about a hand width this way. And actually it's smaller than the can of butane. And how you put the butane in is you flip this little door open. You take your can and you find your notch right here. And here's this little clip here, and so you tuck it under that. And you set it in there. And now it won't move forward or backwards, and it won't twist much left or right. And then you close the door. And then this little black knob has popped off. It might need to be glued on. But all you do to start it, and you can see how much the can sticks out the rear, is this will push the can down. I'll show you how that happens. That pushes it so that now the gas is available. When you're done cooking, just pop it back, and now the gas doesn't come out. So now it's connected, but there's no gas running. So what you do is you put it over to max, and sometimes you have to click it a couple times to get it to light up. So one, there we go. Now it's outside in the bright sun. It's kind of hard to see, but there is a blue flame. Now this one I picked up and it doesn't do anything crazy, but you can't hardly see. That's high. And what I love about it is it didn't black up the pot. It didn't soot up the pot. And as it heats up, the ceramic burner will start turning red. So that's about as hot as the burner is going to get, and that's the color it gets. Now I'll back it down to minimum. And I found that that's also so much heat that still doesn't get down to a simmer. So even though this is on a minimum, I turn it a little bit past minimum till it starts making that noise. And that's pretty much simmer, so it's just a little past minimum, but not all the way to off. This is a small cook set by Ozark Trail, and I just wanted something very, very small and inexpensive. This is under $20 as well. So I'm trying to show everything I'm doing you can do on a very limited budget. This has some interesting things in it. Has a carry case. Flip this over, and it comes with a little bag here. If we uncinch it, comes with this little bag here, and I really didn't have a lot of use for this because they're plastic, but you get a couple sporks. At least they're two different colors, so you know whose is whose. So I didn't really end up using that. So we'll take this out. We flip this over. We have a lid. It's got a nice, I think it's silicone gasket. And when it starts to boil, the steam comes out of here. And inside you're going to have two bowls basically. And there's also in the edge here, there's some measurement marks for cups. Hard to see, but right about here, there's some delineations for cups. It holds, I think, about 2 cups. And so this can be a bowl, but what's also kind of neat is if you have something hot in it, it has a little, I think, a little neoprene cover here. So it's insulated, and you could put coffee or a hot meal in there, and you can hold it and you're not going to get burned. And then if you have some storage later, you can put this on it. Now this is not super solid, but here you could drink out of it, coffee or something like that. And they give you 2 of them. If you're looking at some food that's going to have a long shelf life, can be stored in your vehicle, is very lightweight, you can carry it, and actually tastes really good. This is a product by the Wise Company. And inside this bucket is a very substantial bucket, and it stores really well. And there are 84 servings of various things in here. And here are the different things that it comes with. And I have to tell you, The granola strawberry crunch cereal, there's some breakfast stuff in here, was amazing. It has powdered milk in it, but the powdered milk is actually in with the oats, so it's not separate. It's all kind of one thing, and all you do is add water, and it turns into a wonderful cereal. So here's all the nutrition facts for everything that's in here. Some more information over here. And I've made just about everything, and I have to tell you, it really tastes good. So here's one. This is creamy vegetable pasta, noodle soup, and usually easy directions. It's just bring 4 cups of water to a boil, add the contents of the pouch into the boiling water, stir, take it off the heat, let it stand for 15 minutes. Most of them, that's how you do it. Cheesy mac, savory stroganoff, and then some of the cereal ones, apple cinnamon cereal, and brown sugar, and maple multigrain cereal. So this is kind of an interesting thing to have on hand. Also great for emergencies. All right, so I've come outside on a beautiful day. The weather is amazing. And so I thought we'd do as a boil test here. So I have our stove set up. So outside, you're not going to be able, in the sun, you're not going to be able to see the flame very well, but it's definitely going. And we got it here on high. So I have 4 cups of water here. One thing I like about this pot is it does have a non-stick finish. I don't know if it's the best non-stick finish, but when it comes to cleanup, they clean up very easily. Okay, we're at 6.5 minutes, and we've got steam coming out. This little tab, you can grab it, it doesn't get hot as long as it's not laying on the top there. And we've got quite a rolling boil going on. So that's minimum, and I'm gonna go just a little past that towards the off, and then it kind of backs down to just a gentle simmer. So if you stuck with me till the end, here she is. Here's Ghost, and she's back, and she's got a great little sticker here. I thought that fit pretty well. So she is all ready to go on her next adventure, all set up. And yes, the microwave is still here, but this time I'm taking my tiny kitchen because, believe it or not, it all fits just perfectly right inside my microwave. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tiny kitchen, tiny cooking episode, and hopefully I can get on the road soon and have some more travel videos for you. So if you enjoyed it, please comment. For those of you who have subscribed, I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for your support.